Hello. Ay, ay, ay. Hello. Welcome to episode 4 of what I call my mini mompreneur musings. Yes, alliteration is my jam. So, all right. So I love reading and listening to podcasts, interviews of people who are happy and fulfilled. So I do a lot of reading and listening, and I recently read an interview of this person. I don't remember his name, but a very happy and fulfilled person, and he was a man, and I think that's important to note, and you'll get it when you follow along and see where I'm headed with this. But anyway, he talked about one of the things that made him happy and that really fulfilled him and recharged him. And this is all in the context of the work that he does. He's a writer, and he said that the thing that really recharges him is spending quality time with family. So I was reading this, and when I saw that, I thought, I just sat with it for a few moments, and it really prompted me to reflect, because I spend time with family like all the freaking time. And does that make me happy? The short answer is yes. The long answer is there are a lot of moments, a lot of nuances, and a lot of variations, right? But here's the question that this prompted, and the reflections, the subsequent reflections that it prompted, is that what if you are with your family all the freaking time? How do we settle into the presence of being with family in a way that it recharges us to do the work, rather than it feeling like the work itself? So I want to share with you a few things that have come up for me in reflecting on this. A number of things, a number of ways that I think have allowed me to be with family in a way that is really restorative. Number one is compartmentalizing. So I know that's much easier. I mean, I watch my husband, okay? I watch Lance. He's at work most of the day, right? And he comes home, and when he's at work, he's able to do his work, and when he's home, he is completely present with his children. And I know that's not fair, mamas, right? Because when it's hard, when we're home all the time, most of the time with our children, and on top of that, we're trying to do other stuff and to create, to pursue a passion project or a business or whatever that is. So I know that all things are not equal. However, the idea of compartmentalizing, I think, is still really valuable, no matter what position we're in. And it's just the idea of putting all your energies, your mental and emotional focus in the place that you're at any given moment. So what I suggest is, in my case, for instance, my work is done during her nap, in that time frame between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. Everyone else knows that is my work time. Her nap time is my work time. So my 4-year-old has his YouTube Kids. That's his YouTube Kids school from 1 to 3. The 9-year-old just knows that she needs to find something quiet to do. And that's the container in which I focus on my work. The rest of the time is the container, the seemingly endless container, where I focus on my kids. But I feel like just distinguishing between those pieces is really, really important. And focusing your energies wherever you're at, in whichever container you're at a given time, to that moment, to the place and the time that you're at, okay? So that's number one, is compartmentalizing and not trying to mix the work and the family, which I am so guilty of. Like, I will be the first to admit, like sitting at the park, at the playground, like trying to do emails and stuff while they're playing. Super guilty. However, I've noticed the difference it makes in me when I really lean in. And so that's my number two. The number two thing that I talk about all the time is leaning into the moment that you're in. So, and when I say lean in, I mean, be in the moment. So if your kids are jumping on the trampoline, and go join them and have some fun and let loose and jump, or sit on the porch, or, you know, sit in the hammock and have some coffee and just like breathe while listening to the music of their squeals and giggles. Whatever it is, whatever container you find yourself in, lean into that. Number three, and finally, and I think that this is the most important, that has made the biggest difference for me, is an attitude of gratitude. And specifically what I mean by this is replacing the phrase I have to with the phrase I get to. And just seeing what a difference it makes. And I, for real, like this is... I think it's like, it's crazy what a difference it makes just to say it. If you just practice saying that, watch what happens to your mouth. Like it's instantly lifted in a different way. When you say, I have to, it's just, it's I have to. And then you say, I get to. And when I say I get to, I can feel the lift. I can feel the lift in my mouth and my smile. I can feel my eyes light up. So just that little transition, that little shift in perspective of like, I get to spend time with my kids. I get to like see all this annoying deliciousness. And it's precious. So this also feeds into something else that I think is really important, and it's creating that sort of feel-good transition that is in flow and abundance rather than in lack and stress. So when it allows you to be in flow. If you say, I get to do this, I get to be with my kids, and then when you're working, I get to do this, I get to do my work, it creates a state where you're feeling in flow and abundance rather than feeling in stress and in lack. Like, I don't get to, you know, if you're with your kids and you're not doing your work, you're like, oh, I don't get to do this, or I have to do this and I don't get to do that. So, all right, I think you understand what I'm saying. I feel like I'm like being really long-winded in all of this, but the main thing is just creating, inviting in a sense of gratitude for what you have, for the state that you're in, for the stage that you're in, and for the moment that you're in, and the people who are in it with you. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Next week I will be back, and I will be talking about doing all the things, and the one thing that makes you absolutely super equipped to do whatever it is you want to do as far as like your goal or your dream. All right. Thank you for watching, and have a great weekend. Okay, bye. Sophie, you want to say bye?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.